Hello, Dustin. How are you? Back in the winning circle. Last time you were on a Monday after a fight, it wasn't that fun. Monday after a fight, here you are, big smile. Congratulations, my man.
Hey, thank you, brother. Yeah, it's always nice doing these interview rounds and seeing your face, especially after a win, man.
Yeah. Considering last time, considering your age and everything that you've been through in your life and career, is this one of the sweetest wins of your illustrious career?
Dude, they all are. I mean, it's always nice to bounce back. I am Mr. Bounce Back. Um, to right the ship, to get back in the win column after a devastating loss like the Gaethje fight. It just to do shit the right way, have a great training camp, really focus. I practice a lot of mindfulness this camp. I kind of block myself out from everybody. I have so many people to catch up with because I didn't respond to any texts. I didn't answer any calls. Like I was just freaking. I took myself into another place like this training camp.
Have you ever done that before, like to that extreme?
Not to that extreme, no.
And how extreme is that? Like, are you literally not talking to anyone except your family? Like, how deep do you go?
Even my family. I mean, I haven't spoke to my father in like 8 or 9 weeks.
Wow.
He was calling me all throughout camp. He called me on fight day. I didn't return any calls to anyone.
And why is that needed, or why was that needed for this particular one?
I'm not sure. I just wanted to block everything out. I just wanted to block everything out and really fully 100% focus on this fight. I don't know.
Obviously, you've had the ups and downs. It's all well documented. You've never hid from any of it. But did you feel this time like your back was truly against the wall? Like, was this as close to do or die as you can get? They're all the biggest one. The next one's the biggest one, and then it's the biggest one. But like, did you feel that way considering all the circumstances leading up to it?
Yeah, and I'm no stranger to being beat. To coming off of losses. But this one at 35 years old, after getting title shots and working my way up, getting another title shot, when you lose like that to a guy like Gaethje, and at this age, it really felt like all losses suck, but this one really hurt. Because I don't know how many more runs, how many more chances I have left. That's why I kind of embraced this whole fight week. Even in the tunnel before I walked out, this training camp, like I was just more grateful for everything because I really mean it. Like every time I do this could be the last time, and I just want to enjoy those those feelings and those emotions. I was telling my wife before the fight, on fight day, like what a life, how grateful am I to be able to experience these emotions. Like even through fight week, through the interviews and stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm getting to experience this. I'm grateful for it. I feel good. It's just like it's tough to put into words the emotions of fight week and the stress and the pressure of being under that magnifying glass of a fight like this, especially coming off of a loss. But I tried to put myself in a mind frame where I was just looking at things like an experience instead of I have to do this interview. I have to do this workout. I was looking at it like from a third person, like outside of myself, like I get to experience these things. This is an experience, these emotions, this uncomfortableness. I'm about to walk out here in front of Miami and fight for my life. I get to experience this. Like it just felt good thinking of things that way.
And I'd imagine maybe when you're coming up, you don't look at things that way, right? There's a point,
No.
right? When is this
Yeah.
the first time you felt that way?
Yeah, this is the
Wow.
first time I kind of took a step back and said, how awesome is this? I'm going through this right now. I'm uncomfortable. I'm warming up for the fight. I'm watching these guys fight before me. Oh, I'm 2 fights away. Oh shit. Okay. What an experience this is. You know?
That's interesting because I think some people would be like, "Oh shit, tense. I can't lose. I can't afford to lose." Yet it seemed like you were just kind of enjoying it. Like I don't know, maybe like there was less pressure on you because you had nothing to lose.
It made me feel grateful for the moment I was in
Wow.
instead of being back against the wall feeling.
Wow.
It changed my perspective on the moment,
Uh,
you can say.
Interesting. So you weren't like super nervous. You weren't super tense.
No, I felt really loose and grateful to be under the stress.
Yeah.
Grateful to be there. It just really flipped my mindset.
What about just like, being the underdog and all the buzz surrounding him and France and all that stuff? Chip on your shoulder? Fair to say you had that?
I mean, every fight's a chip on my shoulder. That's just the kind of fighter I am, but just more surprised and wondering why, the odds makers had me at, I think, plus 200 on some websites. Like, why? Maybe because I lost. I was just really like picking my brain. Like, why? Too bad I can't freaking bet, man.
Yeah. When you faced off, people were making a lot of noise about the face off, like, oh, the cold stare, all that stuff. What were like? We just had MVP on, and he was breaking down like Kevin Holland's body language leading up. Did you take anything away from him? He had never been in a spot like this before. With all due respect to Matt Frivola, like he's going from the prelims to the co-main to one of the biggest fight cards of the year. It's a massive jump for him. While you've been there time and time again, did you take anything away from his demeanor leading up to the fight?
Not really. I expected him to be more like aggressive, but he was very stoic. I know he has a strong mindset coming from the things he's done and the training he's had in the military and stuff.
What was your assessment of the first round? How did you feel about what went down in that first 5 minutes?
I was surprised at how much success he was having, man, riding me out, and I was like, shit, this is fucking, but I'll never stop jumping guillotines either.
Yeah.
He never took me down. I took myself down like 5 times.
What is the obsession with this jumping guillotine? Like, why do you love it so much, and why are you so insistent on trying to nail it multiple times a fight?
I don't know, Ariel. I need to stop, but I would never.
But what is it about it? Like, you just love the way it looks? Do you love the sensation? Do you hit it in practice? Why are you so adamant about it? Because
Yeah, I hit it a lot.
Do you?
I hit it a lot. I put people unconscious.
Fucking hell. Is this like a thing now?
Never in a fight, though.
You have to nail it? Is this like a thing that just nags at you?
Yeah, maybe I'll submit Islam with it.
When did it first start, the obsession over this move?
Probably a few years ago. Dude, don't be silly, jump the gilly.
Yes.
That's the motto.
Feels like merch right there, by the way. I feel like that would sell very well.
Might have to make a shirt.
Would you say first round, like, this guy hits really hard, he is the truth, he is worthy of all this praise and hype?
No, he's not a big puncher. He's a big guy and he's physically strong, but like punching power is something like you don't have to be a big guy to have that. I don't know if it's the bone structure, the ligament attachments, just some people have it, He wasn't a big puncher, but he was very strong when he grabbed, like when his hands were together against the fence or when he got on top, he felt physically strong.
Okay, so how are you feeling first going into second?
Good. Dude, I rewatched the fight last night with my wife when we got back to Louisiana. Joe Rogan said I was exhausted, said I was tired like 5 times. Bro, I do not get tired. I have some of the best cardio in this fight shoot that we do. Like, I can go 25 minutes hard cracking the whole time. I can't believe he said that, but I felt good. I felt like he was going to slow down. That's what I was hoping for. I thought third or fourth round is when I would really start to like pull away and break him down. But I got him out of there in a second. I'm grateful for that. But I caught him in the middle of a trade when his chin was up and his body wasn't set for that right hook. The timing of it was just perfect to whip his brain around.
Maybe a stupid question, but I'm just curious. Like, can you even verbalize what that feels like when you fold someone like that? When like a clean knockout, like what does that even? When a body just goes limp?
It's kind of surreal. Like it feels like it's happening in slow motion. Like you land the shot, it doesn't even feel like a big shot. It just like feels smooth, and you see the reaction to their body, and it feels like, is this like? It's a rush of emotion because it feels you're excited, but it also feels like it's a weight coming off your shoulders at the same time. Like this is ending right now. The pressure, everything. I did it again. Like it's you can't. If we could bottle this, we'd have, we'd be billionaires selling this feeling.
And then again, considering what happened in the last fight, it just gratitude, right? All that stuff. Like you don't know when you're going to get those again, right?
Yeah, and gratitude and just like fuck. It just feels so good because no matter how much I prepare, I've said this over and over again, but it's the theater of the unknown. Like, I think I'm better than this guy. I know I'm better than this guy. I know I worked hard. I did everything I needed to do to put myself in position. But I could have been on the other side of that. I could have been the one going down, man down. It could have been me. And that's like something I accept every time we walk out there. But that's what makes this such an experience,
What were you saying afterwards? Like, I saw the shot and it looked like you were looking at Donald Trump, but I don't know if you were saying anything to him because it was from your back. Were you saying things to people outside?
I saw Mercedes Lewis, a long-time football player, legend, one of the longest active football players. I saw him in the crowd. I saw Steve-O. There was just a bunch of people I was kind of acknowledging. Action Bronson was there.
Yeah.
But whenever it looked like I was talking to Trump, I was talking to Dana.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said, hey, you want me to fight these young motherfuckers, huh? This is what happens. That's what I told him.
That is incredible. And he gave you much deserved props in the post-fight press conference.
I got to talk to Saint-Denis a little bit before he walked out of the octagon too.
Oh.
Because we didn't really get to talk fight week. It was, fight nerves and staring each other down and stuff like that. So I wanted to just shake his hand and talk to him.
What'd you say to him?
Told him to take care of himself, train smart. I said, if you want to do this, you'll be right back where you just were. But take care of yourself. As I get older and having fights like I had with Gaethje, I just think about what we do. Like, I respect these guys and, their tenacity for chasing this dream. But like, this is bad for you.
When you say take care of yourself,
you have to be smart.
Do you mean like take time off, don't rush back, things like that because of the long-term effects?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about that stuff on the way up, but like as I get older and my daughter gets older and I take fights like these crazy ones that are, they're just not good for you. And we love this and we'll do it again and again and again. But like what I told Brett Okamoto, like people, I saw a lot of comments like, this guy like takes stuff too serious, it's like looks too far. The people were talking shit about what I told Brett. Like a piece of me really does leave, a piece of BSD left in there, but that's the game we play.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask you about the post-fight interview. Like, just the stuff you were saying about, you can't hold the spot, you got to fight. And even when Joe says, you're the man, I'm just the man, it's just like you just nailed that whole thing. It was just, I don't like, it sounds like I'm kissing your ass here, but it's just like, I don't even know how you have the presence of mind to deliver these matter-of-fact lines in those moments. So well done to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And that sort of mindset, do you feel like that's a bit of a problem in the sport? Does that annoy you?
Ariel, like being 100% honest, if there was a bigger fight, if something was available, if there was a bigger money fight or a higher profile fight, of course, this is business. I would have taken the bigger fight, but nothing was available. That was huge at the moment. I wanted to fight. I wanted to get back in the win column, and we got this guy. And like I said, I do honor this, and I understand this is business and the way this goes. And somebody gave me my shot. It was just right timing.
Okay. Well, speaking of bigger fights, afterwards, I see Islam. I see his manager Ali tweeting about you, saying June. Is this a real thing? Do you think this could happen? You versus Islam for the belt in June?
I haven't spoke to the UFC, but I do think it could happen. I said that, fight week doing those interviews, like people are asking me, where do I think I am in the lightweight division? And I really believed that like I was one big win away, one good finish, it doesn't matter the opponent. I just need to look good. And just with my career and how many fights I've had with the UFC and how many times I've, beaten top guys and stuff, I always feel like I'm one big win away from it at any time in my career. In the last few years.
Yeah, of course. And I don't really think anyone would bat an eye. Maybe Justin Gaethje has a problem with this, but he has a fight coming up, and he could easily lose that fight. There is no one for Islam to fight, so why not? What do you think the UFC would say? Do you think they'd be open to it?
Let's go. I do. I think so.
No one said anything to you on Saturday about it?
No. I ran into Dana at the press conference. When he got off stage, he shook my hand, told me a couple of things, but we didn't talk at all about what could be next.
Okay. And, kind of a quick turnaround, right? That's in 3 months.
I didn't take any damage in this fight. Yeah, I'd be okay with June. I actually went into this fight with a couple injuries from camp.
Oh, wow.
My rib gamrot and busted my ribs up like almost 3 weeks ago, and it's been bothering me really bad ever since.
Is it bad enough to where you thought maybe you'd have to pull out?
No, I mean, it was bad enough to where I was like hoping he wouldn't rip my body on that side, but hurts when I sneeze, when I twist and stuff. I didn't go to the doctor or anything, but something's going on with my rib for sure.
Okay. Do you think he can be a top player, like a contender, like everyone thought going into this fight?
Yeah, look at the stuff. Look at the stuff he's done. He's still young in his career, man. He's still learning. He's going to learn a lot from this fight. The first time I lost that way, I learned a lot. He's going to find out a lot about himself. Losses like that, if you're in the right state of mind, it's really a beautiful time to experience yourself, to find out who you are and have a moment with yourself. When you're winning and the ball's moving and it's going down like a snowball effect, everything's moving so well with you, growing big, everything's getting bigger. It's easy to miss a lot of the lessons, and I think about this stuff the older I get, with wins too, with losses, with everything. Like there's so many little messages that we could be learning from going through this experience of life and fighting. If he's in the right state of mind, he'll pick up those lessons. It's just really a great time to experience yourself.
Fantastic perspective, by the way. Obviously, the last time we spoke a little bit about like some of the drama leading up to the fight. Were there any lessons from that for you? Was there anything cleared up in the aftermath?
ABC, always be closing, Ariel.
I thought maybe Dana might say something like he just it was all love in the aftermath. So no issues there.
No, me and the UFC, I spoke to Dana, Hunter. We're all in a great spot.
Okay. That's good. Were you worried about that?
Yeah.
Really? You don't strike me as the type.
Well, honestly, the UFC has been, I know they get bashed all the time for fighter pay and this and that and the way they do their business, but they've really been good to me, man.
Yeah.
And of course I've earned it and been with them a long time and had the ups and downs in negotiations and fight contracts and stuff. But dude, Hunter and Dana have both really been good to me.
When you said at the beginning of the interview that you practice mindfulness, does that mean like meditation and stuff like that? Or is that just like what you're talking about here?
No, meditation as well. This camp, like most days, I did a 30-minute or 20-minute walk every morning before breakfast.
Huh.
Just to clear my mind, set my intentions for the day, be appreciative for freaking breathing air, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm being an old man. I don't know. I'm just trying to like experience things in a different way because I'm so blessed, just to be in this mindset. I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to keep harping on it or sound weird.
I love it.
But I'm just like, maybe I am getting older. I don't know. I just like really grateful for the experience of life, providing for my family, like every day, wake up, walk 30 minutes in my own thoughts, get away from electronics and just, give gratitude, because what a journey, man. After the Gaethje fight, man, I went through the world doesn't know, or people don't know. People close to me know. I went through some real mental struggles, man. Like I was going through some stuff. And that's really when I started really practicing mindfulness and setting my intentions and just trying to be grateful for every day.
How bad did it get?
Really bad. Really bad.
To like worse than it's ever been?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how did you get out of that?
By doing these things.
Did someone help you or did you figure it out on your own?
A lot of people helped me.
Okay.
My friends, my business partners here in Louisiana, but my wife really, dude, I'm just very thankful for her.
Did it get to the point where like,
and if I was in her position, I don't know if I could take the stuff she's taken, I would like to think I can, but I'm just grateful to have somebody like that.
Like the stuff she's seen you have to go through?
Yeah. and the things I put her through going through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bond is incredible, and obviously you've known each other since you were kids. Was it to the point where you thought you might not fight again,
Yeah.
or worse than that?
A couple times. Yeah. Worse, man.
Shit, man. And do you feel like that's like, how do you not, because like the next one might not go your way. How do you make sure that that never happens again?
I don't know. Dude. I don't know.
Is that scary?
Yeah, it is. It's very scary.
Did you talk to a therapist?
And I try to like, yeah. I try to like to look at things a little bit different. Fighting is just something I do, that kind of mindset, because fighting was everything to me. It was my whole life. Like, I judged who I was by fighting. It was a person I am. If I'm not the fighter, Dustin, the fighter, who am I? And I just kind of like tried to take a step back from that after the Gaethje loss, when I was going through all this shit. And like, it's just something I do. Fighting is part of my life. It's been a vehicle to get me and my family where I need to be, to set up the foundation and help people. Like, it's been a vehicle to get things in the right place, but this is just something I do. Life goes on,
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm kind of dancing around it. But like, was it to the point where you were like worried about your own well-being?
Yeah, big time.
Oh man. And do you feel like you're out of that?
Right now I am, for sure.
Yeah.
The last two and a half months, I've been out of that darkness.
Okay. Have you talked to other fighters who have gone through this?
No, but like, whenever I saw Volk, talking and kind of express himself and being honest, I was like, you know what, that's just, we're going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And who did you speak to? Like you said, a therapist. Was it like a fight therapist?
No, not a fight therapist. I started actually doing therapy after the fight.
Okay. And is that something you're going to continue doing?
Maybe not as frequently, but yeah, I think it's important to like open up and talk about how you feel. We're such in the spotlight of being tough guys all the time and stuff, but we're people too. Like, that's the part of the mindset. Like, Dustin the fighter, but what about Dustin? What about me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, life is deep, man.
Yeah,
and fighting is something I do. So it's good to tap in with yourself, and check in on yourself, and be good to yourself. Like my boy Theo says, you got to be good to yourself, man.
Mm-hmm. Great video of him celebrating. I think he was in Australia celebrating your win. I saw that on social media. So obviously you are loved, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you for this. I mean, the entertainment you provide to us is amazing, but just knowing you as a person, like, it's impossible not to be happy for you. I was over the moon, and that's not because I was, I'm supposed to be a journalist and unbiased, but like, I'm a human being, and I just was so freaking happy for you. And I like Benoit a lot, but it's just a different connection. And I didn't know that you were going through that, but I knew how hard the Gaethje fight was, and it was amazing to see you in that spotlight winner's circle doing your thing. So thank you as always for the time. Much love. Enjoy the victory. I toast you, Celsius, as well. Shout out to them for setting this up for us. You deserve all the good in the world. So I hope you never go through that again, and you're able to just enjoy great times with your family, because you're a blessed man.
Blessed by the Most High, for sure I am, man. I am very, very appreciative of the journey and the experiences of life, man. When you step back, like, everybody listening, try that. Take a day out where you step back from being in the spotlight, being in the moment. Like, step back and just take a deep breath and like, wow, we're fortunate we get to live this life and appreciate things and experience things, the hurt, the bad, the good. It's incredible, man, when you look at it that way.
Amen. Much love, Dustin. Thank you so much. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the time at home.
I hope you took the money line, Ariel.
For sure. There he is, DP. Just a man. What a guy.